Hi, my name is Rick Sanchez. I'm the president of Tractor Tip Equipment Company, and what we have for sale here today is a Caterpillar 926E. We're going to talk a little bit about the mechanics of this particular machine in the first clip, the operating specs in the second. We'll run it in the third. The serial number of this particular machine is 94 Zebra 0250. I'm going to leave that last digit blank. Price on a new machine like this these days is about $175,000. This machine currently has 7,095 hours on it. Now, the hours will accrue because we kind of use it around the yard here. The weight of this machine has got solid tires, so each one of these tires is heavier. So the weight of this machine without the solid tires is 20,794, and with the solid tires, I would bet that increases the weight of this machine up to about 25,000. I'm not real sure about that. I know that it adds weight. I don't know how much weight it adds. The widest point on this machine is this 4-in-1 bucket here, which is 8 foot wide. The tallest point is the top of that cab at 10.5 feet. The transportation length from the front of those teeth all the way to the end of this counterweight is 22 feet. Comparable machines are like a Komatsu, maybe a WA180 or WA200. Maybe a Case 521 or maybe a John Deere 524. As far as the history of this unit goes, this machine, like every machine we purchase, is an original owner Dallas, Texas machine. I say that because coming from Dallas, this machine has no rust. I mean, it's got surface rust here where you can see that the paint's flicked off and the rainwater's gotten to it, but we're far enough south and 300 miles from the ocean, so the only salt we see is the salt on our kitchen tables. We buy machines from this machine came from one of 30 different contractors, municipalities that we deal with here in the Metroplex. They're large and they have comprehensive maintenance programs. And this one had a really good equipment manager whose maintenance program rivals some of the best I've seen. We, as well as our customers, have been happy with all the machines that we purchase from these guys, and it should be said that before I purchase any machine, I have my mechanics thoroughly inspected. And if the money's right and everything's okay with the machines, my mechanics give it a clean bill of health, then I go out and I personally inspect it before I write a check. As far as options go, you can see that this machine, we kind of have it half open. It's got a 4-in-1 bucket. It's got solid tires. These tires are solid. The AC on this machine blows, but not real cold, so that might have something to do. Does it have a 12-volt outlet in the cab?
I'm not sure.
I think it's got an outlet in the cab, but we're not going to say that it's 12 volt. Be careful when you plug your phone into it. It's got a battery disconnect switch here. This engine is a Cat 3204. It's a really common engine, popular engine. It's a bulletproof engine. It's 110 horsepower. This machine has got a 40-gallon tank, which will run you 12 to 16 hours of operation, depending on your application. All of the fluid levels on this tractor are where they should be. This machine is mechanically sound. There's no leaks on it. Everything works, except for maybe a work light or two. The transmission runs through all the gears without hesitation. Brake stop it on a dime. Top speed in forward is 21 miles an hour and reverse is 22. As you can see here, these tires are 17.5 25s. They are foam filled again. As far as going on the axle, the tires match. These tires in the front here are probably about 75%. These tires in the back here are about 85-90%. As far as things wrong with this machine, I think well, you're missing a turn signal here. That windshield is cracked right there. You're missing another turn signal over here. I mean, it's not major stuff, but so the hydraulics are strong on this machine. There are no cracks or welds anywhere in the work equipment. There's very little, almost no deflection in that on those two kingpin areas there, that articulation joint for the loader. As far as this bucket loader goes, this bucket is 8 foot wide. It's 4 foot high. It's 4 foot deep, and you know, obviously it's got a dozer blade there. You can see these teeth are about 100%. And then those cutting edges there are in pretty good shape too. The capacity of this bucket right here is probably about a 2.25 yard. The hinge pin height on that pin right there, if you were loading into a bucket, is 12 feet. The breakout force on this loader is 22,000 pounds, and the lifting capacity of this loader is limited by its static tip load, which simply stated the hydraulics on this machine will give out before the and the machine will actually tip forward before the hydraulics give out, is what I'm trying to say. So lifting capacity of the loader is limited by its tip load, which is in this case is 18,000 pounds. What else, Tank?
That's it. Let's run it.
Okay, we're gonna run it in the next clip. All right, Tank said that I didn't point out that this machine has auxiliary hydraulics. It does have auxiliary hydraulics by virtue of it having a clamshell bucket. So here's your auxiliary hydraulics here, which are set up to run your clamshell full time. This 4-in-1 bucket, you can obviously grab with it, you can doze with it, you can use it as a wheel loader, or you can pick up big rocks and stuff with it. Kind of a neat feature. What else? Okay, real quick, here's the inside of the cab. Here's your transmission disconnect pedal, brake, gauges. There's your chair, AC. All right, I'm gonna run the dozer. We can't run it very fast because this road's pretty bumpy and we don't have much of a runway, so here we go. Okay, so we got that 928, we got this 926E with a clamshell bucket, that IT28's tool carrier. We got this 966 for loaders.